She was a fairy. Yeah, yeah, she was a fairy. Yeah, yeah, she was a fairy. Yeah, yeah, she was a fairy with a fatty.
You want to know why I give grace to men who've tried to destroy me? It's because my resistance cannot look like their violence. Plus, I don't fight fire with fire. Darling, I outlived the flames.
Oh, what a great day to be doing content. Shout out to the MT Army, my guys, my G's, my hustlers. How y'all doing? But one love to the beautiful ladies down in the MTRs. Ladies, we see you and we respect it, all right? Guys, I wanted to give you a brief update, all right? It's been a minute since I talked about the wonderful Roda, Brickface Osman. Now, there's been a lot of new subscribers to the channel ever since we started to cover the Roda situation. So this is going to be a recap if you already know, and as well as a introduction if you are new, all right? Who is Roda? About a year and a half ago, there was a social media kerfuffle that involved this lovely young woman. What was that? Okay. This woman created content saying that she was attacked by a black man, specifically being hit in the face with a brick, and a cohort of black men did nothing to save her, at which point that this story went viral. Then the conversation in the black community came up to the degree of why don't black men protect black women? Roda produced content of her enormously swollen face from the hospital room, crying and questioning, and then a couple of days later, she created a GoFundMe account, accumulating almost $40,000 in monies, while social media was set ablaze with this whole gender war conversation. Within that time, there were certain content creators, such as myself, that came out, was listening to her words logically of what it was that she was saying and casting doubt into her story. And let me also say this. Being a content creator and not believing in a hashtag believe all women society, not believing women that say that men are being violent towards them, especially a year and a half ago, was damn near sacrilegious, because you would get called everything underneath the sun, male chauvinist, misogynistic pig, and some other choice words that they would have for you as well. Now, through the critique, as well as the criticism, as well as the feedback, GoFundMe did some additional work into her claims. Police reports were filed. An investigator was on the case, and even the young man that she accused started to come out and do some public interviews.
A well thought of plan. A diabolical plan.
Olin Douglas is a father, son, and small business owner. But in September, allegations made by 33-year-old Roda Osman nearly put it all at risk.
It caused people who I thought really knew me to kind of betray me.
Douglas says he met her at a club near the Galleria as she wore a mask that only revealed her eyes. He invited her to an after party.
It's as if she was trying to get in some type of conflict,
but says she was aggressive and very intoxicated. They ended up in a car with friends.
She physically didn't start touching me until I asked her to leave. So you gotta get out.
Outside the car, Houston police say surveillance video then showed Osman slapping him in the face before he hit her back with what appears to be a plastic water bottle in hand.
You should never hit a woman in general, but I didn't want to hit her, actually. It was like she hit me and I just reacted.
According to court documents, the footage didn't match what Osman told police, that a male Uber driver threw a brick at her and tried to kidnap her, that she did her own investigation and was told that Douglas was the one who assaulted her. She's now charged with theft because prosecutors say she made it up and tried to profit from this GoFundMe that raised more than $42,000.
It's been a divide between, you know, black men, black women, and it's really evil what she did.
If police didn't have this surveillance video, this evidence that basically clears you, what kind of situation do you think you would be in?
I would be that guy that hit a girl with a brick. I'm black. I'm surprised I didn't get arrested in 30 seconds from this going out.
Douglas says he's received death threats from complete strangers.
She's just manipulating people using their pain. And that should be the true crime here.
He hopes people online will be more conscious.
The internet is the internet. It's not real life all the time.
The summation of all of that is that she was charged with felony theft and is now facing up to 10 years in prison. As a part of the evidence, the investigators said that they had security cam footage where her story did not align to what was seen. Her story being she was just attacked because she said that she doesn't want to give her number, whereas the security cam footage demonstrated that perhaps she was actually the aggressor in the situation.
They responded that she was hit in the head with a brick after she refused to give her phone number to a guy on the street.
And was that verified by any of the evidence that detectives looked at?
No. That was not verified.
Harris County prosecutor Keith Houston says surveillance videos from that early September morning show Osman hitting a man first.
So she's the one she was the aggressor?
She was the aggressor, yes.
And it was a water bottle that hit her, not a brick?
He did have a water bottle in his hand, and we think that's what left the mark.
Crying wolf. And with every victimhood story and or narrative, not only being a single mother, but being Black, but being Muslim, but being LGBTQ, leveraging all of these victimhood statuses in order to accumulate more monies into her account. And it was crazy because actually during this time, I did content where I actually found previous GoFundMes where it was kind of the same method, right, of victimizing herself while not letting people watching her or giving money to her know that she may have been the aggressor in these situations. I found this content, put it up on a live stream, and allowed the viewing audience to decide for themselves. Throughout the entirety of the story, I was actually really surprised at her brazenness. Even with all of the commentators questioning the validity of the story, she found a way to trick off some of the money that she came into.
I'm in Jamaica! And this is such a big deal because this is what I'm talking about when I say I'm taking my life back brick by brick, pun intended. Because 4 months ago when this incident happened, I was afraid to check my mailbox. I didn't think that I could ever go out by myself. And as a woman that has been on her own since she was 16 and has traveled over 20 countries and most of them by herself, that was just so depressing. But here I am on a solo trip that I decided 5 days ago that I was going to go on, and I'm here, and I feel protected, divinely protected, and I wish that for all Black women across the diaspora, because Black women, we created this world. We deserve to explore it. We deserve to enjoy it. We deserve to see it. And this is just a big deal, like...
Why is she in Jamaica when her lion ass should be in handcuffs? So where does this leave us all now within this update? And shout out to my friend Daphne, the queen of accountability, who was actually one of the people who called the police department to have them look into this case that we all assumed was fraud. Daphne's been watching this case like a hawk and is going to be giving us updates in the future as her court date is scheduled right now for June 26th. Now, what's super interesting is that while I've done content piece after content piece, shit, even coining the term Brickface, Roda really has not had any smoke for me, but she absolutely hates Daphne, as well as saying some things on her life.
The queen of accountability. Flashback. Your husband probably don't like you. I know what type of girl you are. You pay all the bills and do all the housework, and you're mad at us. Sorry, we did not abuse you. You destroyed me. I'm indestructible, especially for a person like you, like a sleaze like you.
Indestructible, Roda. By the way, she touts this, I have a PhD, right? R.I.P. to KS. I have this PhD, I'm so intelligent, I'm so smart. She can't even say basic words. Indestructible.
You got nothing going on. You're talentless. You lie. You have no ethics. You have no morals. You have no hobbies. You have no friends. Like, girl, and now you will have no money because I'm going to take it all. See you in court, bitch. If anybody can tell me Daphne's last name and the city and state that she lives in, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. Daphne, I know your minions are watching. I know you're blocked, but Daphne Sutton You see how quickly I got your last name? That was 30 seconds. Now think about how quickly I'm going to find out your city and state, and then your address, and then your job, and then everybody in your family's name. Probably can get it before 6 p.m. today.
Look at this.
Yeah. I went to the #1 journalism school, Columbia. Have you heard of it? And also, I'm more resourceful than you. I'm much smarter than you, much more ethical, much more trustworthy, and have a better community than you. Look, I don't even think you have a community. So, honey, this is not the fight you want.
This is so crazy.
And maybe I'll reach out to all the people that you have been harassing on your page and ask them if they want to join me suing you too. I think we should all sue you. Wow. I know you have a lot of time on your hands since you're always bothering people. Let's see if you can handle all these lawsuits.
Now, let me ask you guys a quick question. Do you think that this comes from somebody who is innocent? Like, is this somebody who is portraying herself as innocent? Or does this come from an angry, toxic, bitter person who can't stand the word accountability, let alone be able to spell it?
Come for me, girl. Imagine the mental illness you have to have a whole page where all you do is lie. And all your lies can be easily confirmed. Like, it's not that hard. Every lie that you make, I can prove it in like 10 seconds that you lied. So,
By the way, she also found Daphne's last name so quickly because she literally says it on her platform. It's not a secret. But she's talking about this lie thing, and I think it's hilarious. Liars trying to now say that other people are lying. It's absolutely incredible. The psychology of projection is fascinating to me.
Literally have a page where all you do is harass people and lie about them. And you have the nerves to be talking about bothering me? Girl, I'm an organizer. Every single day I organize.
She's very entertaining.
Girl, I'm coming for you. But let's just see how many other people that you've been bothering will join me.
Nobody joined.
I'm going to reach out to every single one of them. Every person you have ever bothered, I'll be reaching out to them.
She got no help.
Like I said, if you want to come for me, it's been 7 weeks, baby. This is going to be fun. I love fuck around and find out.
End of flashback.
Okay.
You want to know why I give grace to men who've tried to destroy me? It's because my resistance cannot look like their violence. Plus, I don't fight fire with fire. Darling, I outlived the flames. These men took my job, my anonymity, my safety, my apartment, lit my car on fire, stalked me, stole thousands of dollars of my merchandise from my home, criminalized me, ritualistically humiliated me while maligning my character. Yet, I rise. Bell Hooks said that the moment we choose love, we begin to move against domination. I'm not naive, I'm strategic. My dignity is my weapon. My joy is my justice. My integrity is why people keep pouring into me. Because when you water this soil, whole gardens bloom. I focus on the light workers of the world. My friends, my family, my supporters, my tribe. And that's how I turn my back on my haters. Still, I'm not out here trying to be the Avengers with matching superhero suits, saving the world on cue. My superpower is showing up every single day without a cape or a filter. I'm here building community, imagining something better and new for us all to enjoy, because I refuse to become the very thing that I'm trying to heal from. That is not survival. That is infection, poisonous, contagious, and deadly to a beautiful soul. I choose to be an example, to call people up, not out. I meet violence with truth, ignorance with knowledge, and hate with clarity. And most importantly, I am not here to mirror the brokenness of this world. I'm here to transform it, baby. Excuse me, thank you.
So what about that woman that we can't say her name who alerted the authorities about your previous GoFundMe campaigns? What's happening?
This is a known online agitator. Her entire page is about holding Black women and only Black women accountable, nobody else. You know, she hasn't said anything about the white women who raised, almost $1 million.
Hey!
Hey.
Hey! Hey!
Can you just leave us alone?
Us out of this.
First say the N-word, she has no accountability for those people. her only accountability is for black women only, fighting for the worst kind of men, misogynist men. That's her audience. That's who she
she's mad
panders
at her.
to, and she comes after black women. She has not done this to only me. She's done this to several other women. During the time that she was coming after me, she already had harassment charges. She had warrants out because other people have pressed charges on her for harassment. She's a known cyber bully. The minute that happened to me and I went viral, 4 hours later, she sent me a message and said, "I'm coming after you. Tell the truth. Be honest." And then she started to talk to Olan. She posted the photos of her talking to Olan. She's calling the police. Things that I already have. Remember, the GoFundMe is not even my life. And also, I'm a strong woman. Part of the harassment was that I didn't show my pain. Once people laugh at you while you're crying in your worst vulnerable moments, you don't want to show your pain. So I was on social media trying to show myself healed. I was trying to show myself meditate. That was kind of like my way of like trying to get my dignity back.
She was a fairy. Yeah. She was a fairy. Yeah. She was a fairy. Yeah. She was a fairy with a fatty.
It backfired on me because people were like, "Oh, look at her. She's out having fun.
Yeah.
She's doing this. Maybe she lied. Maybe she's not hurt." I was hurt. I was deeply hurt. I was still recovering physically and emotionally. It was traumatizing. But I didn't want to show that to the public because I didn't feel like I had any grace or empathy there. So she is literally calling the police, and this is all online, and saying, "Oh my gosh, she bought a dog. I had that dog before. Oh my gosh, she bought diamonds. I had that. Oh my gosh, she has a Balenciaga. That was a gift for Mother's Day like 5 years ago." Like, you know what I mean? Just fake reports over and over and over and over again. You don't even live in the same city as me. You don't know my assailant. You don't know me. You weren't there. Why are you obsessed and using me? Why? Because I was viral. So she used that for content. And
now,
she wrote that.
I wonder whether this is a court reporter or I'm not sure who it is, but there's a mugshot on the screen, which makes me think that she's giving this testimony or what have you in the front of somebody, a judge or somebody. Now, I wonder if this means that they're going to try to subpoena Queen of Accountability, Daphne, in order to speak up. But I just find it also interesting that she is upset at someone cross-referencing the information. Why shouldn't Olan be able to speak? Why should Olan not get a platform the same way you got a platform in order to tell his side of the story? Are we just to believe you? Even after you've demonstrated time and time again that you have mental issues enough to go into public and harass people while also claiming victimhood through whatever victimhood narrative that you're trying to push, you do these things. No one else does. At this stage in the game, you have at least two different GoFundMes where you're asking for money because somebody in public did something to you. How many times are these things going to happen to you before you can turn around that finger, that lack of accountability finger, and then point it at yourself as to the reason why these things continuously happen? But no, get mad at others that try to give a platform to speak. Get mad at others that question your whereabouts or what was actually going on. Get mad at those people. A picture book version of the dictionary should have her face next to no accountability. Let's go.
That wave and created all these false narratives, making all these lies about me, lie after lie after lie, being nasty, making t-shirts of my pain, selling it, profiting off my pain. It was deplorable. It was disgusting.
So
it was violent. It was cruel.
We don't believe you. You need more people. All right, let's take a look at this. So this looks like a subpoena document. I don't see Queen of Accountability's name in here. It looks like she tagged in the middle, but I don't see her in here. All right, let's keep going on. Let's see what else we can learn. No, she didn't put Rhoda's laugh on this one. That's hilarious. So it looks like there's a case number here when it was originally filed back in early 2024. And it is a felony indictment for theft between $30,000 and $150,000. So the bond was made, and that was the bond amount. And again, on the 26th, that's when the next court date is. And with that being said, that's your update. That's where I want to leave this conversation here today. I can't wait to see what happens on the 26th. Perhaps, maybe accountability can be established. Shout out again and thank you again to Daphne, Queen of Accountability. You know, having people within a community that are on the ground trying to establish what's truth, what's correct. Because let me tell you guys something. This is what I talk about all of the time, is that if people are having discussions about a topic, right? If people are making decisions in their lives with the information that they've learned about things, it should be from the perspective that you received all of the information and the truth in regards to that conversation, right? But we see all of the tried and true tactics. We see her call out, well, she just talks ish about black women, so we shouldn't understand, right? Like, what does that have to do with anything? Did you do it or did you not? Did you lie or did you not? Daphne, as well as similar to me, is tired of seeing these false allegations, these victimhood narratives, and these men get locked away or being guilty at the point of accusation. So following up and ensuring the truth in these situations is paramount. All right, guys, that's been your update for right now. Let me know in the comment box down below. What is it that you think that's going to happen in this particular case? Do you think that she's lying? I want to hear it all. I want to hear it all down in the comment box down below. Let's have a conversation about it. And damn, maybe we'll do like some type of watch party or something like that on the 26th, baby. We got a live stream. What's going to happen? But all right, guys, until next time. Peace.
She belongs to the street.
Girl, don't hold my hand. You a mattress actress on the OnlyFans. Get your money, girl, but damn, how is that your only plan? What you gonna do when you get too old to strip and dance? Get up out your echo chamber screaming period and yes. You a low down dirty woman if you try to get knocked up by a high value man.